For our final episode of the semester, we've got softball, the TSTV Awards, and our senior send-off. We've got even more tonight on College Press Box. Good evening and welcome to this semester's last episode of College Press Box. I'm Emily Stone here with Eric Goodman, and we have a great show to end this school year on and for some of us to end our collegiate career with TSTV. And to start us off, we're going to take a look at Texas softball's celebratory weekend.
Yeah, Emily, it's all seniors on the show today, but it was the junior, Miranda Ellis, who was on the mound for Texas softball against Baylor, and she was the star of the show. Let's check out the highlights. Top of the second, Texas looking for their 40th win, and then Miranda Ellis going to get that ground out to herself, throw it to first, get that out to start the game. And then, bottom of the second, Reagan Hathaway at the plate. She's got a single. No, she doesn't. Sliding grab by Lou Gilbert from Baylor, but then Hathaway back up in the bottom of the fourth. She'll get that single finally. And bottom of the fourth is where the offense finally came together for Texas. First, that steal is Shannon Rhodes going to get herself into scoring position. And then Janae Jefferson with the clutch contact single, bringing home Rhodes. Texas goes up 1-0. And offense hard to come by there. Texas nearly getting swiped off the bag. And then in the bottom of the seventh, 2 outs, Miranda Ellis going to complete the game just like she started it. And Texas wins its 40th game, 1-0 over Baylor.
And I'm here tonight with our softball analyst, Jonathan Polasek. Now, Jonathan, what did the Longhorns do to get the sweep?
Well, you definitely have to take a look at the pitching. Miranda Ellis was absolutely dynamite. You only give up 1 run in 2 games, you're going to win a lot of those games. So Miranda Ellis, she blanked Baylor in game 1, and then she comes on to relieve Brooke Bollinger and Shea O'Leary in game 2 to secure the second win, or the game 2. And then you got clutch 2-out hitting. First, it was superstar second baseman Janae Jefferson scoring game 1's only run. And then in game 2, you had Caitlin Washington with that big rip straight away to center field to score the tying run. And then Lauren Burke with the go-ahead rally. And it all came with 2 outs. So those were the 2 big keys for Texas this weekend.
Jonathan, and what were these standout players or moments from this past weekend?
Well, I got 3 big players from this past weekend. And first off, like I said, Miranda Ellis. We know what she can do. She's one of the best pitchers in the conference, and she can hit the ball like nobody's business. So she got the win in game 1, and then again she closed out game 2. And then Caitlin Washington and Lauren Burke, again clutch hitting. Like I said, all with 2 outs in the late stages of that game 2 win. Super important for Texas to get the win against a very underrated Baylor team. Yes, they were under 500, but they had played Texas well all season long. And then who can forget the heartwarming moment with KK Hyder, her brother? All she wanted was to have her brother watch her play one more softball game, one last time. He was unable to for the past 3 years because he'd been serving overseas for our country. Comes out, surprises her, and like I said, what a heartwarming moment. Better than any series win in my book.
Yes, that moment definitely did have me in tears watching the game. But Texas softball isn't done with their season yet. What are your Big 12 tournament predictions, and do you see a College World Series in their future?
Well, Texas is currently going to enter the Big 12 tournament as the 3 seed, and I can see them making it all the way to the finals and face, who else? The Oklahoma Sooners. But I just don't think that they'll be able to overcome the Sooners this year. They've played them well all year long, but I just don't think that Texas has enough offense to beat this type of pitching staff. Texas has the pitching to compete with Oklahoma. They just don't have the offense. So I could easily see Texas winning the regional that they're going to host. They should get out of that relatively unscathed. And then depending on the matchup of who they play in the super regionals, I could see them winning that and then making it to the College World Series. I don't see Texas winning the College World Series this year because, like I said, they have the pitching. I just don't think the offense is going to come around once you face the upper echelon of pitching in college softball. But Texas softball, it's officially back.
All right. Well, thank you, Jonathan, for joining us. And when we come back, the nominations were locked, the votes are in, and we give out this year's TSTV Sports Awards. All this after the break.
Welcome back to College Press Box. Sean Mapes alongside me for his final appearance in his career on College Press Box. And you know, Sean, it's that time of the year and we're both looking pretty nice. So why don't we take a look and hand out some awards at the season that we've just witnessed in Texas sports.
Yeah, we're starting off with Freshman of the Year. Yeah, the first nominee is going to be Logan Eggleston.
Logan Eggleston, yeah, that's right. She's a mouthful, but she was a handful for Texas volleyball opponents this season. She's the Big 12 Freshman of the Year, all Big 12 first team, and really filled a lot of gaps that Texas had off of last season.
That's absolutely right. Moving to women's golf, we have Hailey Cooper.
Yeah, Hailey Cooper, a really impressive year for Texas women's golf, which has been a top 10 team all year. Her scoring average leads the team. She's won multiple times this year on the season.
Sticking with golf, Cole Hammer.
Yeah, Cole Hammer, similar story. You could argue he's been Texas men's golf's best player, shooting in the 69s under par. I mean, that's any player, no matter the year, you'll take that.
Yeah, that's right where you want to be. Jackson Hayes from basketball.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes was kind of the unexpected shining star of Texas men's basketball this year. Shooting a high percentage across the field, and really on the defensive end especially gave Texas a difference maker.
And moving to the diamond, Eric Kennedy.
And then Eric Kennedy, here's another guy you could argue has been his team's best player, at least in his phase of the game, at the dish, at the plate, at the dish.
At the dish.
At the dish. And he's been one of the best players on Texas baseball.
Okay, and it's time to dole out the winner. And the winner is Hailey Cooper, Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with Hailey Cooper. She's going to be a star on this campus for many years to come, already making a huge mark for women's golf here at Texas.
That's absolutely right.
And now we're going to look at the skippers, the coaches of the year. We got a lot to choose from. And we start on the gridiron with the man himself, Mr. 1-0 Tom Herman.
Yeah, you know, every week he wants to go 1-0, and this year he did that 10 times. That's best season since Mac Brown was the coach, led the Sugar Bowl, first NY6 appearance in 20 years.
Now, if you were going to name this award after somebody, it would be the Eddie Reese Coach of the Year award. And again, he's a nominee. 40th straight Big 12 championship, came up just short in the NCAA championships in his home pool here in Austin.
Mm-hmm. You got Ryan Murphy from women's golf. You see him right there holding the hardware.
Yeah, he got the Big 12 championship once again. And just like we mentioned, Hailey Cooper, it's been a good year.
Mm-hmm. Mike White from softball.
Softball coming over from Oregon. He brought himself and a bunch of his players over, like Miranda Elish, and it's been night and day for Texas softball.
And you got Justin Fields, men's golf.
Men's golf, always a power here at the University of Texas. Justin Field is a big reason why, and once again, he's got one of the top seeds going into the NCAA tournament. And yeah, so our winner, without further ado, of Coach of the Year, it's the Kiwi, Mike White.
Yeah, I had Mike White coming into the season as my Coach of the Year pick. And anytime you can take over the softball program and lead them to 40 wins, that's good enough for Coach of the Year at College Press Box.
And now we move to our Team of the Year.
Yep, that's right. These teams really made a mark this season. We start off with women's tennis. Athlete of the Year. My bad. So you got Sierra Hinson from soccer.
Look at those out. Sierra Hinson, soccer finally making an appearance in the highlights. Sierra Hinson, been the best player for Texas soccer for at least the last 2 years, you could argue longer, and she's a force to be reckoned with.
Hey, you know this guy's name, Sam Ellinger from football.
You know his name. You know that he thinks Texas football is back. You know that he is a Heisman contender for this year, and that's because on the back of what he did this past season, taking the reins of Texas football. He's the best we've seen since Colt McCoy.
Absolutely. You got Christian Searsgaard, men's tennis.
Yeah, going Scandinavian here for the nominee, Searsgaard, Texas's #1 player on tennis. He plays the #1s. He plays the hardest competition. He's been winning those games more times than not.
And you got Jackson Hayes, men's basketball.
Yeah, our little carryover from the Freshman of the Year category. But Jackson Hayes, I mean, you got to give it to him, at least the nomination, because he has been Texas men's basketball's best player, no doubt.
It's going to be a lottery pick coming up in the NBA draft. You got Anna Tarati, women's tennis.
Beats out her sister, edged out her sister by just a little bit, and it's because she won 18 matches up until now to end the season, and that's pretty good.
Yeah. And now it's time to dole out the winner.
Gotta have a winner.
Eric, who's the winner?
The winner, probably the easiest pick of these awards, it's Sam Ellinger. He's the face of Texas football on the back of a great year. You got to give it to the QB.
Yeah, anytime Texas has a good year, you're going to walk away with a lot of awards at College Press Box. That's kind of how this thing
That's
works.
true. It's been a while, but tradition once again.
That's absolutely, and for senior class that watched over probably the poorest era of Texas football to finally get one last good year.
I think Mark Skoll, Matt Adams, Katarina Biancardi, they might be claiming that theirs was just a little bit worse, but yeah, it's been bad.
All right, relax.
But let's go shift to some happier memories because we are going to look at the moment of the year in Texas athletics. First nominee here, Texas men's tennis gets a win over the #1 team in the nation, Ohio State, on their home floor.
Yeah, that was a match where Michael Sinner could not be at the...
No, he... Up and good. Texas beats Oklahoma in the Red River Showdown thanks to the leg of Dicker the Kicker.
Yeah, really made himself a household name here in Austin as a freshman.
And now it's the national championship that Texas fans didn't know they wanted. The men's basketball NIT championship in Madison Square Garden, where they finished the season off strong.
Yeah, championship t-shirts available at the co-op right now.
Going to the baseball diamond here, Texas baseball opens up their season with a sweep over #2 LSU.
Yeah, that's when Texas baseball had a bright future. Remember that? A long time ago, early this season.
The future was bright back in the day. Cloudy skies have covered that up a little bit. But that was a nice moment, and so is this. Bevo roughing up UGA there, and then Texas football roughing up Georgia. A little interception there, and Texas really a comfortable win in the Sugar Bowl to cap off a resurgent season for the Longhorns. We're back!
Won the game, the mascot won the game, and then the team won the game.
So this was a really tough decision. Ended up between, in both our poll and in the fan poll that we posted on Twitter, between two football memories, and the winner was Dicker the Kicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can knock out your rival, that's really going to be the moment of the year. So much hope. Think about how much hope we had back then. Texas was a top 10 football team at that time, and a big celebration.
Yeah, and as great as a Sugar Bowl victory is, you're playing against a non-conference opponent, it just doesn't feel as good as beating your rival at the wire.
Yeah, beating OU is definitely sweeter than winning the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah. And then our final of the day is our team of the year. And this is the big one, the overall champion of Texas athletics. If you're going to make the competition, this is what it is. Start off with women's tennis.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we ran through all the numbers. I feel like we had a lot of women's tennis nominees, and it makes sense because they're a great team this year.
Yeah, and they've come up back into a top 10 contention along with Texas women's golf.
Yeah, Hailey Cooper leads them to not only some Big 12 championships, but also to Team of the Year nominee.
Yeah, and they're not finished yet because the NCAA championships after we finish taping. So we can't see how they'll do, but Texas football, we know exactly how their season went. We've already discussed the top memories, but overall great season.
Yeah, 10-4. And another Sugar Bowl win. You know the Sugar Bowl win.
I've heard, should have gone there. Texas men's tennis, they're a top 2 team in spite of having some, let's say, leadership turnover at certain points in the year. They've been a force to be reckoned with, along with Texas softball under Mike White resurgence in 2019.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just saw a highlight from him, a good highlight read by whoever did that early in the season.
I agree. I was really good. And the winner, you knew it was going to be Texas is back. Football takes it home. This is a football show, I guess, and why not when you have so many great memories to look for?
Yeah, I mean, football definitely deserved Team of the Year this year. It was probably the most excited anyone's been on campus for football, maybe since Tyrone Swoops beat Notre Dame that one week. But have this kind of
remember
sustained,
that.
couple old heads to
couple
talking
old
about back in the
dudes here.
day. But this sustained success this year, having the New Year's Six Bowl win. In the Sugar Bowl Team of the Year material.
100%. Thank you, Sean. Speaking of old dudes, we'll have Steve Helwick up next for his final patented Unhooked segment about the NBA playoffs. And I mean it when I say it. You won't want to miss it.
I might miss this one. No, I won't.
Welcome back to College Press Box. We are joined now by Steve Helwick, and he's here to tell us what's going on outside the 40 acres.
Thank you, Emily. The NBA playoffs have been full of a lot of action through 3 weeks, but one thing we have yet to endure is overtime. Thankfully, the Trailblazers and Nuggets more than satisfied our hunger for overtime on Friday night. Or should I say Saturday morning for us in East and Central Time in a game that ended after 2 a.m. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 overtimes. Let's take it away in an instant classic in Rip City. Portland-Denver Game 3. Jamal Murray crosses up Enes Kanter, hits a three-pointer to put Portland up 5 in the fourth quarter. But Mo Harkless, how could you be Mo Harkless? Hits the three-pointer, and we are within 2. But it is Dame time now, and Damian Lillard puts the Blazers up 2 over the Nuggets, but they have Will Barton going backdoor to tie the game. Now we go to overtime where CJ McCollum isn't just trying, Jennifer, he is succeeding. And the Blazers get a big 3 there, but Nikola Jokic gives it back to Jamal Murray, who will tie it at 107 with his triple. Later in the game, Denver Nuggets. Torrey Craig is stripped by Damian Lillard when they're up 2. Lillard on the break, no good. Aminu with the rebound, gives it out to CJ McCollum, whose floater is good. And we have a tie ball game with 8.7 seconds left. Nikola Jokic trying some Kyrie Irving moves. Has the range, but little too much mustard on that. And we are going to a second overtime. In second overtime, Damian Lillard exhibits his comfortable range, and the Blazers are up 5. But the Nuggets would cut that once again. Good play there, driving into the hoop. And Damian Lillard, no good at the buzzer, doesn't replicate his shot from OKC, but don't worry, CJ McCollum has his back. McCollum would have 41 in the game, hit the 3 there. Paul Millsap, good fadeaway jumper over Mo Harkless. Now, Blazers down 4 in desperation mode. Lillard flies by Torrey Craig, Nuggets turn it over, and Lillard does the same exact play, flying by Torrey Craig to tie it at 129. We are going to a 4th overtime. What better does it get than this, as the Trailblazers get the early command? But Nuggets would be back in this one. And now CJ McCollum misses. McCollum rebounds out to Rodney Hood. Hood fakes. Rodney Hood, his 3 splash. Rodney Hood more like Rodney Good on that three-pointer. Nikola Jokic misses a free throw, deprives us of 5th overtime. He plays 65 minutes, a new playoff record, and the Blazers hold on to win 140 to 137 in the first 4 overtime games since 1953, a game that I honestly can't remember. The Nuggets now tie the series at 2 apiece with another thriller on Sunday, highlighted by Jamal Murray's 34 points for the 2nd consecutive game, and Nikola Jokic's triple-double also for the 2nd consecutive game. Now this series turns into a best-of-3. Going back to Mile High City, it's between Denver, who's awaiting their first conference finals appearance since 2009, and the Trailblazers, who haven't done so since the turn of the millennium, shades of Rasheed Wallace and Bonzi Wells. Now, let's move east. Let's head to the city of the cheesesteaks, Rocky, Wawa, and brotherly love to see if Kawhi Leonard can subvert the process of Philadelphia. Sixers and Raptors, Game 4 action, Sixers 2-1 lead. JJ Redick fakes out Danny Green. Redick gets the Sixers up there. Jimmy Butler avoids a steal, hits a crazy bank shot over Kyle Lowry, but the Raptors would respond. The former Grizzly, Marc Gasol, off the assist from Kawhi Leonard. And now this time Kawhi Leonard takes it himself. Baseline jumper. The claw gets the Raptors up 4. But JJ Redick does his fake again, his signature 3 from the wing. Sixers within 1, and Kawhi Leonard, it is closing time. Over Joel to process Embiid, and Kawhi Leonard celebrates as Kawhi Leonard could only celebrate, by doing nothing as the Raptors win 101-96. If you look at Kawhi Leonard, he's putting up historic numbers this playoffs. He is averaging 38 points and 9 rebounds per game. The series on very efficient shooting 62%. These numbers haven't really been done much before. So that one ended on a Kawhi Leonard game winner, but it didn't quite go to overtime. But you want more overtime? We got you more overtime. Warriors-Rockets never fail to disappoint in the playoffs, which we've had this series 4 out of 5 seasons. And this year, we've already been gifted a handful of classics this series. Every NBA fan knows 3-0 is a death sentence in basketball. No team has ever come back from that deficit. So the Rockets' season was basically on the line in Clutch City on Saturday night. So let's go to H-Town to see if the Rockets could hold it down. Rockets-Warriors, Game 3. James Harden to Austin Rivers. Doc Rivers' son hits a three-pointer, and the Rockets are up 4 with about 5 minutes left. But Klay Thompson answers right back. His three-pointer is on point, 108-107. Kevin Durant to Andre Iguodala, from one Finals MVP to another, and the Warriors have the lead with under 50 to go. Chris Paul game-winning shot, can't get it off, tie up by Klay Thompson. We are going to overtime, and Andre Iguodala from the same quarter. Warriors back within 1, but James Harden, his floater is good. Now Harden Crazy step back over Andre Iguodala, long range on that three, and the beard gets it to go. James Harden, once again, the closer, gets the layup in the lane, but Steph Curry cannot complete the dunk. He struggled in the fourth quarter and overtime with 0 points, and James Harden leads the Rockets to a 5-point victory. Harden had 41, Durant had 46. Similar shooting numbers between the two former MVPs. Harden almost had a double-double in the game, but Harden's team gets a last laugh as they will play in Houston Game 4. Now, with the Rockets' victory, all 8 teams in the second round have secured a win, with 6 teams being 2 wins away from a conference finals visit. So now we have a lot of series that are 2-2 and the other 2 that are 2-1. So they're all been closely contested thus far. And we have the Bucks and Celtics and Rockets Warriors going each on Monday night, with Giannis trying to get his 3rd win in the series, while the Rockets are trying to tie it up at 2 apiece. The NBA playoffs have been full of lots of thrilling action so far, and I'm sure we're going to have more going on for the rest of the summer all the way up into the NBA Finals. I'll pass it back now to Emily.
Thank you, Steve. And when we come back, we take a look back at all of the seniors' careers here at TSTV. I know I will be crying, and I know that that is something you do not want to miss, so stick with us.
Well, it's time to get sappy. I'm joined by my fellow class of 2019, and guys, it's tradition here at College Press Box. Someone from the class not graduating cuts a little video tribute. I've cut a couple of these in the past. I never really considered that one day I'm going to have one that might have me in it. And how are you guys feeling? Everybody ready to say goodbye?
No.
Not quite yet. I'm not ready for it.
Well,
I'm ready to say goodbye to Jonathan. But
Well, you know what? I agree. I agree.
all right, let's feel some things.
Welcome to College Press Box. You found us, which means you found the #1 source for Longhorn sports coverage on the 40 acres. I'm Eric Goodman.
And with me tonight is Emily Stone. Emily, how are you doing this evening?
Jessica, I have never been better.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm your host, Jonathan Polasek.
Hi, welcome to College Press Box. I'm Steve Helwick alongside our baseball analyst, Luke Henry.
I am joined by Mr. Sean Mapes. Sean, how are we doing this evening?
Doing good. It was a busy weekend. Great game.
That's right.
The Texas women's basketball team starts the year off ranked 12th in the nation and behind only Baylor for top team in the Big 12.
Next week will be no breeze for the Longhorns, who have to travel to the Coliseum to face the USC Trojans.
Senior's RBI triple and Hansel's RBI single to make it 4-0 Texas in the bottom of the 4th proved to be the deciding factor in the game, as the Oklahoma State Cowgirls would rally back and score 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to make it a more interesting game, but in which Texas eventually pulled it out and won 4-2.
Although this was the seniors' final home meet of the regular season, their leadership has made a strong impact on a very promising freshman class.
Michael Kenton.
There's 2. There's 2 points. Jonathan is on a roll. Obviously, the baseball guy. Jonathan, in pre-show predictions, we thought you might do well this.
Also, again, Ellinger, he's a runner. You can use him as a runner, and that's why I think Ellinger should at least get a chance.
What I do is I take the arena, I'm gonna put it on a boat. We're gonna go.
Okay, you're doing okay. You're doing fine. They'll all be good. They're still top-ranked seed going into the playoffs, but they did lose their perfect record this weekend, and that is okay.
Because they're still at the top.
They're still at the top. They're still
There
going
you
to the
go.
tournament, so that's all good. They just needed a little bit more spice.
For the win, what's something you'd like to see a sports reporter do during a live hit of a sports game?
Oh, well, you know, but I wouldn't want to answer this.
I know what you want to answer this.
Don't be opposed.
Gotta be creative. Gotta be creative. I'm giving creativity. Points for creativity.
Sean, he's got the free page. Do we have time for FaceTime? We do.
Sean, take it away.
Well, never in my wildest dreams would I think that I'd be, three-peating in anything, really. And with the heavy heart, I have to say that after winning 3 straight, I must announce my retirement from college crossfire.
Oh, breaking news!
There's nothing more for me to do here. I've done it all. I've conquered everything.
If I'm an opposing fan I sit behind the home team's bench with some stinky cheese, man. And those guys will not be able to think about the game the whole time. They'll be having their jersey above their nose, and the fans around will be into it too, because they're gonna have to leave the arena because of my stinky cheese.
And out of retirement, Sean Hemphill Mapes going for his 4th win in a row, if you count last time he was on the show.
Yeah, and it was nice retirement. Got to spend a lot of time with my family. Got to really recharge the battery, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
Is it Michael Jordan? Is it Kobe Bryant? Is it Russell Westbrook? Or is it Kevin Durant?
It's not Kevin Durant. Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook jersey.
Is it wrong?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
From all of us here in the studio and to everyone in Master Control, thank you for joining us and have a great night.
Thank you to everybody in studio and Master Control that made this possible. Until next week's final show of the season, farewell.
And for all the panelists and everyone in studio and Master Control, I'm Jonathan Polasek. Have a wonderful evening.
Watch College Crossfire with host Jonathan Polasek Wednesdays at 9 p.m. I've heard good things about him, up-and-comer in the industry. For Eric Goodman, everyone in Master Control, I'm Sean Mapes. Have a great night.
Wow.
I didn't cry.
The show isn't over.
Steve
but
not crying.
Steve, you said before we came on air, Steve said you guys are gonna feel something, but I'm not. Steve,
I don't feel anything really right now. I thought that was a really cool compilation though. Is this live?
We're recording.
Tell me what you thought.
This is live?
What did you think about any last words for College
that was
Press Box?
cool. I'm thankful for all the opportunities I got, covering the Sugar Bowl. That was pretty cool.
What does Steve answer, Emily?
I don't really. Y'all have been family for 4 years, and I've gotten to do some really cool stuff. I got to cover the Sugar Bowl with Steve, and that was probably the coolest thing I did. But yeah, I'm just thankful for all the opportunities and all the people I met here, and yeah, I'm sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thankful for, like y'all said, the opportunity to be here, to grow, and get better as a broadcaster, hosting College Crossfire on Wednesdays. That's been so much fun, but...
Should plug the next episode.
Yeah, College Crossfire on Wednesday at 9. Be there. It'll be the senior show as well.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
But I mean, it's been so much fun just working with all of y'all and just, like I said, just growing together from little freshmen to now the outgoing seniors.
Yeah, same fig, day one.
That's right.
Also saw in the video Jessica and Luke also joining us. Jessica.
They're probably on a boat somewhere.
She got a senior show. Yeah. And Sean, what about you, man?
I mean, all that feeling stuff is nice. I know it's not a competition, but I'm just glad I got the last word in the video. I was the finale at the end, but obviously, getting a chance to be here every week and really do what we want to do in our careers, get kind of practice in. It's really great stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, this TSTV Sports, and especially this show in particular, has meant so much to me. I love making television. I love the team aspect that goes into it. Super rewarding every week. And I mean, I can't wait to see what our juniors, sophomores, and freshmen do with the place once we're out of here.
Yeah, we're giving them the keys. Hope you all don't wreck it.
Please don't burn the building down.
I think
love
it's in
this
good
building.
hands. I think TSTV Sports in good hands.
We're gonna leave it in Thomas's hands.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Anybody have any post-grad plans they want to make public?
No.
No.
Stay out of my business.
I'm moving to Dallas, so
great.
That's fun.
I have no plans as of right now.
Coming out
so,
with me.
All right, there we go. I'm going to Dallas.
Everybody's coming to Dallas to hang out. Steve, do you have a job?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
And the succinct one-word answer.
Yes.
Epitomized Steve
Helwick.
Do you get to do your favorite thing, Microsoft Excel spreadsheets?
Yes.
That's all we needed to hear tonight.
Well, I guess guess that does it. We're probably out of time. Probably gone way over time. Thank you to Josh Martella for cutting that video. Thank you to everybody in here, you guys, in Master Control. Thank you guys so much for making today and just the last year or however much you guys have been here possible. And thank you guys for sharing the last 4 years or however much it was with me. It was a lot of fun. And we'll be back next semester for more.
We won't be back.
We won't be back.
We're not going to be here.
But College Press Box lives on, and it will be back in the fall for more UT sports.
But before we sign off, we want to thank everyone in the studio and everyone in Master Control and everyone involved with TSTV. We would not be here without y'all. We love y'all, so thank you. And for the last time, good night.